Welcome to the State of the Union for 10/18/2020. Welcome to the Music Combine now.
Yo.
What's up? Got a lot to cover today in the 30 minutes we have with you guys tonight and this week. Greg, how's your week been, buddy?
It's been good, man. Just keeping busy,
Right on.
Trying to, put out as much content as possible for what we're putting out.
Oh.
At the Combine, hope everybody's enjoying it. And
we got a special announcement at the end of this of an interview that we did this week.
Yeah.
So we don't usually do special announcements, but it's in the can now, so I can.
Yeah, we're not speaking too soon.
We're not speaking too soon, like, oh, I canceled. So that's coming up. But there's some stuff, I want to get back to you, and I really appreciate the firm response we got to the Eddie Van Halen thing. I got a lot of nice comments from people on how we covered it. I thought it was a little weak on my part, but some people really liked it, so that was great.
He's a legend, dude. So
yeah,
it made me go back and look back into what inspired me about them and find out even more information. And just he was awesome. He was so into what he was doing. I didn't realize how much of an innovator with the 5150. He made that fucking amp. He just did so much. He was so all about what he used to make his music and how that's what it's all about to me, man. He was living it's not about being a billionaire or anything. It was about him being able to do what he loved to do. And he really loved to do it, and he would speak about it, and he was passionate. He had this resonance notch on the back of the 51 or the new, what's the newest one, 71 73 or something like that?
No, it's the 5150, but it's the one that Fender makes. It's not the it's not the one that PV made originally.
Gotcha. Okay, so he added this extra resonance.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in that amp. What I really liked about that amp also was there was basically a Fender twin in the clean channel.
Can you define what that means? Like a twin channel?
No. Fender twin is, if guitar players will know, Fender twin is like a twin reverb. So it's 2-channel amp from Fender.
Okay, so there's 2 reverb channels?
No, there's just one reverb, but the thing is it's a 2-channel amp, so you have a clean and a dirty.
Gotcha.
Reverb.
Nice.
That's how it works. Yeah, because I have a super reverb behind me, which is the 410 version of it.
Fantastic.
And you can buy them with 210s in them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he basically took the amp, the preamp section of that amp and put it in his head, essentially, from what I understand. And that's how true that is or not, I don't know, but that's what I understand.
Yeah. Well,
but between his MXR that had a patent on it, that head had a patent on it that he owned part of, or if not all of it. The guy was a noodler, he was a tweaker, he not in the bad meth sense, but
hey man, I'm tweaking some guitar gear over here, making some meth in my meth lab and making guitars out of it.
Yeah, making guitars out of glass.
Yeah. He was like a practitioner of his fucking.
Yeah, he wanted to know everything about the instrument and how to make it better. So it was a great episode. But kind of, something else that kind of inspired me this week was I followed Jesse Islett, the owner of the Atlanta Hawks, founder of Zyko Water, and his wife, had Spanx and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. He has this course, and I've never taken it, but it's called Build Your Life Resume. So it's BYLR. And he started a radio station, an online streaming radio format through an app based for basically positivity. So it's it's podcasts about health and wellness, mindset, and music that's pretty much always positive, but really cool way that they present it. And I've been listening to it pretty much all weekend.
That's awesome. So what inspired you about it?
I knew the guy's got a lot of cool stuff going on, and I've always kind of dug his message as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And, as a leader and stuff like that. Yeah. And the guy went, I think he went I think he said on Rogan, he went for 3 months. He wanted to go write a business plan or something like that. So he went into Nepal, into the mountains for 3 months and just sat with monks who were silent.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's like he's a little new agey, but like he does some really, really cool stuff.
So that's like the way to do it. So did he go there to get inspiration to be able to be clear-headed to write his business plan?
Yeah, I think that was what it was. He was doing something up there. It was either him and like he had David Goggins hang out with him to get ready for a marathon.
Right.
So Goggins trained with him in the wintertime for like a month.
Oh.
And like they were literally like chiseling holes in the ice and he was jumping in it. Stuff like that. He's like, how much you gonna withstand? And like wake him up at like 3 a.m. to go on a run. Like that kind of shit.
Cool. Like it
is cool. I mean, if you're dedicated to your craft and you're dedicated to what you do as an entrepreneur and mindset, it's probably one of the coolest things you could do.
Well, I think
because I feel like people just give up.
Yeah.
Way too easy sometimes.
We all have that other side of us that's just like, it's basically yourself getting in yourself in your own way. It's like, oh, you could go do that and work on this. And it's like, yeah, no, but I could go do this right now. That's the easier thing to do.
Yeah.
That's the easier thing to do. And then the easier thing to do becomes the habitual, habit that you're going to be, that's what you do every day, every time you just go back to
his big thing is that you don't grow with routines.
Well,
which I semi believe. Like
you grow with routines that are good, habitual routines that are
right. But I think he's talking about like bad habits that become routines.
Yes, absolutely. Well, that's exactly what I'm saying. So it's not what I'm saying; it's what you're saying, and what he's saying is the bad habits, the bad routines become your life pattern, and you got to change that. And
most definitely.
Go throw yourself in a situation where you're gonna have to, meditate with monks and fucking go get woken up at 3 a.m. to go run, and chop chunks of ice to sleep in. That's really putting yourself in an uncomfortable.
Yeah, well, I mean that's his thing. It's like, how comfortable are you? So I pose that question to everyone who listens to this show. It's like, how comfortable are you in what you're doing? Is music to you just a hobby? Or is it a career? Because if it's a career, you'll sacrifice a lot more than hanging out with your boys on Friday night.
Or just doing nothing in general.
Or doing nothing in general at home and, wondering why people, surpass you in what you want to do.
Yep.
It's a very simple, but it's actually not such a simple question, because the thing is that people don't want to really face the music sometimes. I think.
Well, it's just like going out of your comfort zone a little. Like, like we take it, and I always bring it back to just content. If you're a band, who we are speaking to, we're speaking to artists and bands out there that could be
producers, engineers,
or like basically just kind of going out of their comfort zone in the fact of like taking what you do. Let's just say it's putting out content once a day. Like actually making a plan for that and making the content really, really, more engaging,
or even like content. We preach that so much, and that's a great thing. I mean, it's what fuels the engine.
It's what it is. This is the core at everything.
No, I agree. But hold on one second.
Something every week, just be consistency of doing that. Just no matter what.
I mean, we do it every week, and I get that. But here's the thing: the one thing I challenge people to do is, it's back to the episode that we had with Jesse Zaretti, where he said, if you're not networking, you're not working. I had a really good week this week as far as that goes. I've been put in touch with like people I've never met before. And I can't talk about those meetings because they're kind of private conversations, but I will tell you this: they were game changers for what's going to happen on this show in the future, and what's also going to happen for a lot of people around us who've been on the show. And, if I felt any kind of fear, which I never really do when I meet new people, I always use the example with folks when they say, well, why are you such a good, I always get the praise of like, why are you such a good networker? I'm like, well, I kick the door open gently, and say, hey, do you want what I want? Do I have, or you don't? Like, and you build a relationship from there. And I always take the chance of, inquiring about new companies. Anyway, EYLR is like kind of one of those things too.
But you're just saying what your experience is and been pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. Now in business, which everything is apparently, that's what it is. So you got to be able to talk to anybody and everybody that maybe you don't want to talk to find out the right people that you do want to talk to.
And there's things that, I just want to grace this example real quick. Reading Rolling Stone and Billboard is great, but do your detective work of why those articles are so important, why people are buying certain things and everything else. And this kind of leads to our next story, which Greg brought us. You want to intro it with Universal Music Group starting hotels?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Universal is, say the full actual definition. The article is not right in front of me, but at the very gist of it.
Hold on a second. I just
get it up. We should have it
from IQ Magazine. Hold on.
Yeah.
Universal Music Group to open music first hotels.
Right. So imagine you're in a band. I don't know how they're going to do it at the scale, Mike, but I think there's going to start. Let's start with what's available.
Here's two things that will kind of feed into this.
Lavish events,
one, but also if you guys don't know, one conversation I had with a certain booking agent this week who will remain nameless, they were on the mid to smaller level of booking bands,
right?
Had all their tours canceled by Live Nation, and I'm starting to see around people's Instagrams who are on that level or that tier of musician, more and more this is happening. And I was sitting there and I said, you know what, let me go look at Live Nation real quick at their website just for Southern California.
See what's up.
See what's booked for the next year, because there are shows that have been pushed off and things or whatever. So, and this mainly falls in Live Nation's court, and I don't blame them on this. There's no blame here. This is just the way things are.
Right.
But if you look in Southern California right now and you look at shows for 2020 and 2021, which 2020 you're not going to,
basically
you're hopeful, but it ain't going to happen. But if you look at 2021, it was like Forum, 5 Points Amphitheater, Palladium. Nothing was smaller than the Palladium or House of Blues. House of Blues,
right?
So basically, when we talk about the reality of the 90% of music venues that are going to close, they're closing, if not closed already.
Right. So that's why they're going to probably have to go to hotels to be able to pivot that and not lose out on the demand that is there, that is people are waiting. But they're also thinking this, guys, like imagine going to a concert, but now it's not a concert. See, the thing is, it ruins the whole fun. Like as a person that likes going to fucking grimy clubs and dives and it like washes everybody out. So if bars stay open, but they're saying on a more lavish scale, like hotels, like in Mississippi, Orlando.
But here's the thing: they're doing it in places either they have property already, right? Where, okay, yes, you're going to build this lavish hotel inside of Universal's property in Orlando. Great, you already have Hard Rock Live on the premises,
right? Let's use it.
Just build a hotel on top of it, and then you could build another venue that's even bigger, arena size, maybe.
After you see how it goes.
This is a very Las Vegas model. People will go from LA to Las Vegas to see shows.
But see, then it makes it less and fewer and far between. That's the thing. There's so much more. There's so much more. It's a very interesting article. And the fact that it is exciting that it will all start with the bands that are going to be having the lowest hanging fruit that are going to be able to do that first. It's just a matter of where in the rung of where you're at, like that you'll be able to actually do it. Like my band or a band around here, like somebody, the new bands, like the bands that, are wondering, hey, the guys that are listening to this right now, hey, are
there's
we hotels? I don't know. It sounds like there might be a possibility.
I mean, look at it this way. I mean, they're obviously not in every city. They're in 3 cities, or they're going to be in 3 cities, and it's going to take some time for them to build them.
They're going to start with the beta. That's what he said. He's reported on this, by the way, guys.
They could use this as a farm system, actually.
As a what? A farm system?
Farm system. I mean, look at it this way. If what you're reading here and what they're talking about, what Reznikov is talking about, you look at a situation. Well, number one, Universal's got more money than probably Live Nation does, for one.
Right.
2 is they've been in the theme park and hotel business long before anyone else in the concert business has ever kind of tried to grace this.
Yeah.
And, there's no one really better. Even if you look back to like MCA, the Music Corporation of America in the 30s and 40s, which got got folded into Universal, which was Lou Wasserman, who ran the company for 60 years.
Right. Wasserman.
Who was supposedly rumored that he was the guy who received the horse's head in the bed in Godfather. But no, it's true. It's a true story.
Literally a horse's head.
Well, I mean, that's like supposedly the story of the horse's head in the bed from Godfather was supposed to, and you look at the guy who plays him in the movie.
Yeah.
Looks almost identical to Lou Wasserman.
That's something. But like, my question is, what is the horse's head in the bed? Like literally, like he woke up.
You never saw Godfather?
I don't remember the ending.
Okay. So like the guy had horses, and
Right.
there's this young teenage star in the movie who's supposedly referenced to Frank Sinatra.
Okay.
And the head of the studio won't give this young star a role.
Oh.
So Tom Hagen goes, and this is so off topic, but anyway, Tom Hagen goes to the head of the studio, and the head of the studio goes, "I'm not going to give him the role. I don't give a fuck who your boss is."
Okay.
Well, my boss appreciates bad news quickly.
Right.
And then they flash to the next scene, and he's in his bed in the silk sheets, and he's like moving around. And he's like, what? And then you can see like the blood on his hands, and he comes out, and the horse's head that he was feeding earlier in the pictures cut off and put in the fucking bed.
So fucked. Holy shit. Okay.
This prized thoroughbred yet. You being an Emma lover hate this, but my point being is those were the big bad old days of music. Anyway, back to this.
Those were thug days of music.
Oh yeah. That's when the mob ruled this town. Off camera. After camera, I got some funny stories for you. Anyway. So basically, what you look at here is a situation of, Biloxi, huge gambling community. Everybody tours that as a B market all the fucking time. Buck Cherry, when Shaw was working for them, they played Biloxi all the fucking time.
So it sounds like that would be because of the area being.
It's a vacation spot. They're going to vacation spots and they're trying to drive even more revenue.
Mm-hmm.
They want to see if they can get tourists to do this and then see if they can open it up as a local situation.
Right.
If you look at what Live Nation has done with House of Blues, you have them in Orlando, but they're part of the Disney situation.
Yep.
So House of Blues is never going to cross that line.
That would never help.
They have a deal with Disney already. Okay. So Disney, they have it on a Disney property here in California in Anaheim.
Wouldn't it be more money for them to it would be more profitable, like a good thing on both ends, like to lend out their real estate? That's not
here's what's going to happen, and that already happens in many, many different ways. My thing is what I see this going as is this one thing. Live Nation is going to want a piece of the action because Live Nation is going to have certain artists that are UMG artists under contract.
Okay, union.
Well, not union. No.
Just exclusive.
If they have 360 deals or whatever, for the touring aspect of it, and their publishing's with UMG, well,
okay,
the records with UMG,
all right.
You're going to have to cross that line. So Live Nation, they'll figure something out for that. The other thing too is that if you have a property, the more it stays dark,
right,
less money you're making.
Exactly.
It's not like they're booking their own shows. They're going to go to CAAs. They're going to go to the APAs.
Right.
They're going to go to ICM. They're going to go William Morris, and they're going to go, hey, what package tours do you have that we can buy as talent buyers to put through here?
Yeah.
And it's just the way it's going to go. Now, their concept for bringing local artists to opening for national acts, that's nothing new. There's a lot of markets and a lot of promoters that do that in smaller markets already, just because favors are owed or it sells more tickets in the venue.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple.
That's the thing. So I'll speak to that really quick because as somebody who's played in the live circuit for this many years, at my level, which isn't the one exactly I want to be at, I want to be more than that. But what you got given, the cards you're dealt, is the political aspect of playing a show, exactly like you just said. And why? The political.
My level.
Yeah. the level.
Level.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's still a level, and it's
Still a level.
It's where bands that we're speaking to are probably at, or not even getting a chance to do it because they don't know what the fuck to do in the first place. So we speak to you. The thing is like you have to sell a certain amount of tickets, right, to be able to play. Yep. But a lot of bands end up buying those tickets and then put them at will call, get as many people as you can, and then you end up losing money in the fact of that show. But at the end of the day, you can build loyal fans by doing that. But there's only so many of those you can get on. Because one, it's very political. The bands pick what they want and who they want. So what it does is this is literally more. It could be more mainstream right now, but there's a lot of gray area again where bands that want to play out don't even know what to do in the first place now. But I would say this, and I know this just from being the experience I have. Bars will have shows. Bars will have stages. They won't be a lavish, it may be lavish and maybe not, but like bars that are open will have to have stages and areas where they can have live music, and that will be in demand. Yeah. It will be in demand, and it would behoove the bar owner not to have that or like trying to develop that in a way because it's going to be giving back to the community, one, and two, it's going to be good for his business or her business because of the fact that it's in demand. So if it's in demand and you're having live music, think about that, as a business owner, hey, there's a market for that. So it's going to be coming in real time. Obviously, these are the bigger reports that you get where you look up and like nobody's really speaking to the market, the mid market.
Yeah, and I mean, people aren't really going back to shows yet. I mean,
and that's the other thing.
I just talked to Ben Weeks, and Panthers going down to Texas to do drive-in show. Too bad we couldn't get the scheduling together. Have them on MLS Live, but MSL Live, Machine Shop Live.
Yeah,
but that's going to happen in the future, so I hear. But anyway, yeah. I think that there's going to be there's going to be a need for people wanting to go back to shows.
Demand. It's in demand now.
Huge.
So that's why.
I think that it's going to behoove club owners bar owners to have shows because it's going to draw business.
Yep.
Plain and simple.
So, I mean, we're talking about this right now. And as we're talking about it, and like, that's cool. Cause like you guys out there should be chiming in and like, we would love to hear that. Like what are your ideas out there? Like this isn't something we're telling you as a fact. We're just reporting it in real time, thinking it's important information for you guys to hear.
We also are speculating, saying that, hopefully that this will come back the way it should be.
Well, that's what we all want. But it's going to be something more than just, the way it comes back is the way it used to be. It's going to be a lesson where we have to learn from this and learn what we could be doing right now and learn that, you can actually create opportunities. So let's just say you're in a band, I'm in a band, and I go start calling, bar owners and whatever, and I start booking gigs. And then you start getting in that way, just the way you would have before, where you start using those same connections and see what that would lead to. But the sad thing is, a lot of those venues, like you said, are owned by Live Nation, even the smaller ones. So that's the thing.
Yeah, but I think going back to that, I think they're going to start closing them down because the thing is, because we looked, the one particular person I spoke to this week, who are named nameless. I mean, they canceled all their fucking tours.
That's everybody.
All of them.
It is.
Well, and I start seeing this more and more as a trend. I looked at Richie Kotzen's, what band is he in? Is he in the Winery Dogs? Sons of Apollo. He's in one of those bands with Mike Portnoy.
Okay.
Anyway, he was saying, he goes, just to let you guys know, we've canceled everything. He goes, we kept pushing the shows off and thinking that everything was going to come back to normal. He goes, we've literally canceled everything for the foreseeable future.
Machine Head too. Machine Head came out with that.
Yeah.
I mean, they said, like, listen, we don't know what the fuck's happening. And we don't. We can't. No. We're just going to keep being a band, releasing stuff, and hopefully this shit ends and we could fucking get back to what we were doing. This is fucking crippled. Like, it could cripple.
Oh, majorly.
And I don't want to focus on the bad, but that's why we're focusing more on these conversations and reporting to you what we're seeing. And then maybe you guys have to contribute that as well, like to the cause of the idea of the consciousness of what's going on right now. So yeah, it's just be a little more creative, I guess. And then it's the fact that there are bars that are still open out there. I'm not saying go if you're bigger band play a bar, why not? I mean, who cares? But at the same point, you want to sound good, right? You like going to those venues that have good sound systems, and that is what you want to be playing at, the level you want to be playing at, where you're playing venues that have good sound systems, and you're not having to just fucking play with no mics and like, you know. But you know what? Get your PA, bring it there, make yourself sound better. Like, try to refine that sound for the place you're playing at. You don't need the biggest, loudest sound playing a smaller place, but make yourself sound good like an orchestra would in a fucking, a theater.
I think the thing is like, necessity is the mother of all invention. And I've said that a lot during these past 6 months. And I've really said this, that, sharpen your skills. If you're not a good sound guy, learn how to be a good sound guy.
Yeah, it's a good idea too. Absolutely. Yeah.
To your point, bringing your own PA and sounding better, and how live sound works, and how sound reinforcement works. Mm-hmm. There's a book out there called the Yamaha Sound Reinforcement Manual.
I know, I ordered it. I still haven't got it. It's been like,
still haven't got it.
Yeah.
That's the Bible for all live sound stuff.
Nice.
Bible.
A little nugget for you guys right there.
Bible.
I think it's like $10. If you get it, tell me, because I didn't get mine.
Damn China. No, just kidding.
Well, we're going to knock down the Great Wall of China.
Great Wall of China.
Put it on the Mexican border. It's going to be the repurposed wall. Okay. It's
huge
wall. I'm going to call it with my girlfriend's name, Great Wall of China.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, we wanted to talk about, speaking about Rolling Stone, like before, let's bring that back. Foreshadow of what you wanted to talk about as well.
Yeah, the SOS Festival, I believe, is what it was called. So Demi Lovato, YT. Let me pull up the article real quick. Just make sure I get all the names right here.
Right.
It's going to be huge. Yeah.
Absolutely gigantic and fantastical.
See Demi Lovato, Phineas, YG at empty LA venues for Save Our Stages Fest at the SOSF Festival.
Mm-hmm.
So Marshmallow Head from wherever that dude is from, and Phineas.
You friends with Buckethead?
No, have you seen that dude? He's a DJ from, I think it's Fortnite.
Oh, that's awesome. Does he wear a marshmallow head though?
Yeah, he wears the marshmallow head.
I respect that guy.
Okay. Well, I know nothing about him, but
here's a marshmallow head.
Where's marshmallow head?
Right.
But they had like YG, who's a local Los Angeles rapper from Compton, play, right. And they did it at the Troubadour.
Oh shit!
Yeah, which we all are hoping that does not close.
Wasn't it? Isn't it coming close to or something?
Now, there's been talk about it. There's been no firm announcement. It's not like Spaceland, and like it's funny. Like I'll drive around LA now, and where you saw like smaller clubs, like in Los Feliz, or Los Feliz, or however you pronounce the damn city's name. Because I always pronounce it wrong. I'm supposedly told.
It's I don't know how to pronounce it.
It's Los Feliz, but I'm like Los Feliz Navidad. No, Los Feliz. Yeah, I get finger wagged by a hipster. Give me a break.
Felicia, it's Feliz.
Feliz. Used to be one of the worst neighborhoods in the world. Anyway, still is.
You see.
But like you drive through there and like you see like where Spaceland was.
You're like, anyway, it still is. And
still is. I just don't like that area of town. It's not my thing.
Okay.
Gonna
be okay.
It's okay.
You don't have to go there. Yeah, maybe you do though. I don't know.
I like Silver Lake, but not there. But there's a ton of spots around that are just like
ghost towns.
Just ghost town. Like shut it up.
Oh, dude, that sucks. I mean, all right.
Whiskey's back open. But Viper isn't.
Right. Wait.
Like Veeps is doing a lot of those live from the whiskey things.
You're doing those live streams. I wonder how profitable they are.
I'm sure they're very profitable. I mean, they got like KT Tunstall and stuff like that doing them.
Who's that?
She's super famous Scottish singer-songwriter.
Okay.
Scottish, nice. Yeah. I mean, like I'm sure she would pull. But like, you look at everybody who's doing things
They're staying open. The ones that have to do things, they're making moves, bro.
They're making moves. No, 100%. My point being is that, whiskey's doing stuff. Who knows what Viper's going to do? Like Viper's a Live Nation venue. Supposedly.
I didn't know that. Was it always Live Nation venue?
It was owned by Johnny Depp at one point, right. And then it got sold off to somebody, and then Live Nation bought the rights to it.
Fucking repurpose that shit.
Yeah.
Or I'm just going to take ownership and let it keep doing what it was doing.
Oh God, that building has got so many demons. Anyway,
whiskey smells like a cesspool.
The whiskey?
Yeah, when I went there, it smelled like dirty cesspool.
Oh, they got rid of the carpet, so it doesn't smell that dirty anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you. A few years ago, it was pretty bad. But like, I think Viper Room's got like a cracked shit pipe underneath of it.
Oh boy!
So when you walk into the bar downstairs that used to be Bugsy Siegel's Speakeasy, they light like. Oh no, dude, totally. It was that building. That building was a speakeasy for Bugsy Siegel. And when you walk in through the door to go in there, you can tell it was.
It's sweet.
Yeah, I mean that building's got a lot of history. But
Bugsy Siegel would sound like this, like, yeah, Bugsy, yeah.
Bugsy, yeah, see? I'm not going to take any guff from you, pal.
Guff from you? See, you've been smooching with my sister. All right, so anyway. The Viper Room,
Viper Room, I would never buy that building, but it's a Live Nation venue, and I don't think it's done really anything. If it has, it's been off my radar.
Right. Well, there's
Rainbow's open.
Rainbow's open. I heard that. I did hear that. So
I'm waiting to see what Roxy does. Roxy Theater.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The forum's still open, right? Because
forum's open if you have an event, but I think there's a lot of restrictions that revolve around it. I mean, Corey Taylor did his thing, but I haven't seen anyone else do anything.
I think that's great, though, man. Like everybody's trying. Everybody just needs to keep, doing something a little bit different, but something that's going to keep the doors open. And actually, to be all honest with you, it's got to be more profitable if you weren't such in rears. Like, let's just say they just started doing that. I mean, there's got to be a learning curve, but at the same point, think about the, operational expenditures, logistics, all that shit. Everybody's tuning in and paying a certain, price. And like, that's got to add up on the internet. People could, you could target a city with the advertising. You could target the world. I think they would target the world and the city and like, and like, dude, if everybody paid like, they could pay less. They could pay $10, half of what they would pay for a ticket. I think I'm just not I'm not a mathematician or anything, but I think that could be pretty profitable. Imagine doing that more and doing with other bands and like, like that's what's like Veeps. That's it.
Yeah. Definitely.
Like Veeps, man, they're changing the industry.
Brah.
I like that. That's cool.
Shout out to our girl Lindsay Medina. What up? Over at Veeps. Yeah, go check out Veeps.com. If you're looking to do a live stream and you need help with it, their team is amazing. Or email us and we'll put you in touch with them.
Is it theveeps.com or is it Veeps.com?
Theveeps.com. That's a good question. Lindsay's going to finger wag me after this one. I have a feeling.
Bringing it back. We'll confirm that. But that Rolling Stone article, the point of it, or like you're just saying these venues are starting to do these live things, or they are doing these live streaming events, and and it's a pretty good way to possibly.
Veeps.com, Veeps.com.
PS.com. Beautiful. Yeah, and then I know we pretty much confirmed this she was on the show, great guest. They are working with every type of artist, as apparently that's what she said. That's what she said. But seriously, that's what she said. And seriously about it. So you could possibly have an artist rep that helps you with your promoting of the event, and it's exclusive tickets through them, and you can play a venue that is actually probably a venue that you wouldn't be able to play in the traditional model. Would I be?
Well, I mean, I think venues are going to want rental fees and stuff like that. So let's not promise that. But there are situations that they can point you in right directions to do certain things.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, they're to me, they're kind of the gold standard. I mean, I know there's a few other companies out there doing it, but
right, I've heard
not on a level that they're doing it at.
Yeah, not like that. So I know there was one more. I know we're going over the time here, but we just...
It's fine. Let's just roll with it tonight.
Yeah. What was the third one we were gonna? Was it Fleetwood Mac being out of 43 years and 43?
Oh yeah. Well, there's two things we could talk about on the charts. So Rihanna, there was a guy who was he on TikTok? He was on TikTok. Or his Instagram. He was going down the street with an Ocean Spray cranberry juice bottle.
Right.
On his way to work on a skateboard, so he wasn't late for work because his car had broken down or was done or whatever. So there's two positive things about this story.
Do it.
One is that Rihanna, however you pronounce the name of this song, Rhiannon, I think is how you pronounce it.
I was gonna say Rihanna, Get Under My Umbrella, or is it a different one?
No, Rhiannon. It's
not Rihanna.
Rhiannon, or from
Rhiannon, like not Shannon.
Yeah, Rhiannon, not Shannon.
Ran into you at the store the other day.
We're supposed to know about music. We can't even pronounce a fucking Fleetwood Mac song.
Rihanna.
Rhiannon. Yeah, it's like on the fly. Oh, please don't. Nothing.
I love it. Stevie. Rihanna, yeah.
But it came back, and because this guy had posted it in his either his TikTok or Instagram feed, and basically he was cruising down the street on a skateboard to work, enjoying himself as shit, even though he was going through a bad time, and he was holding an Ocean Spray cranberry juice bottle.
Right.
So I heard on Make Me Smart from Kai and Molly that the Ocean Spray company in the city that he lives in
endorsed him.
No. This kid goes one better, because he had no car. They got him a truck.
Oh, wait, like their sales went up?
No. The Ocean Spray sales went up, but also they knew free advertising when they saw it because it had gone so viral.
Yeah, right.
Smart. And so this guy made money not only for Ocean Spray, but now he has, I think, like a deal with Chevy. They gave him a truck.
That's fucking
so he could get to work on time.
That's so.
And they filled the fucking bed. Supposedly filled the bed. I mean, this is all hearsay. With Ocean Spray bottles.
I mean, that's fucking genius. So here's something that's good on both ends. Ocean Spray, props to tapping into the trending market, and then obviously that kid, just for making the video. I
think he's more like in his 40s or 50s, but I mean, still the guy.
Amazing. That's even better. That makes the story that much better.
It makes it that much better. So the other positive news about things being in the top 10.
Yeah.
Because it's sad enough about Eddie's death, not to go back to that, but what was it? They have like 25 songs in the top 100 and 10 of them are in the top 20.
Yeah. Imagine
and about to knock WAP out of Cardi B's stupid ass song out of the top spot. Great. Perfect.
Timeless.
Yeah. Timeless. Unlike fucking dumb trap beats. Ugh.
Well, come on.
No, I mean, dude, I love trap beats. I mean, we love prog rock. I mean, it's all trap beats, but
you don't like dumb trap beats?
I don't like stuff that just goes. Look, I'm like, I love hip hop, not the stuff that's coming out now. I love like Cypress Hill, Public Enemy, Onyx. That's a little obscure, but like Tribe Called Quest, Black Sheep, Wu-Tang is nothing to fuck with, son. Come on now. Yeah. And growing up in the tri-state area in the early 80s, man, you could not be touched by it. I mean, I got to work with Run DMC. That was like a highlight of my fucking engineering career.
I can only imagine.
And, having Raising Hell on cassette, dude, was like, come on, man. King of Rock. Like, Rick Rubin did so much with that band and did so much for hip hop, Beastie Boys. I mean, all that stuff.
Yeah, man.
To me, it's like what we have now is like
you did.
What's up?
I was like younger, so I didn't experience it later. I wish I was in that moment. Like I was like saying, that'd be really cool. I was playing.
Yeah. And I think, on more of a, note, as I became an adult in high school, was like NWA and Dr. Dre and Ice Cube and stuff like that. I was definitely influenced by as an engineer because all that stuff sounded really cool. However, you have situations now where we're turning out stuff that just has no shelf life.
Evergreen, timeless, fucking awesomeness.
Yeah.
I love it. So, I mean, I think we covered some good things right now. I mean,
we did. And we went over time. Fun.
But I think this is, we love the contribution to hear from you guys, to hear what you're experiencing or what you can add to the rebuilding or what we're going through here.
Yeah, exactly. We, one of us is not as strong as all of us. And so that leads me to this special show announcement. We didn't know about that this individual was going to come on the Combine till about maybe 10 days ago. He wasn't in the regular season. And I just kind of threw a shout out to our boy Buttermark over at Rock's Beverage and said, hey, and to our boy P King. I threw it out to both of them, and P King came through on this.
P King's huge.
Shot a text to this individual and said he would do our show. So to announce it now on December 30th, on October 30th, we're going to have a very special episode premiering not only him being on our show, his first time on our show, but also premiering his coffee and all the other stuff he's got going on. But on October 30th, we're going to have Tom Maxwell from Hell Yeah.
Yep.
The interview's already done. I'm editing it as we speak, and it's powerful. And he was such a great, fun time. I've known Tom for years, and it was great to reconnect with him after such a long time. And Greg and I just had so much fun with him. Like he couldn't have been more gracious and so cool and everything else, And,
for me, Mike actually introduced me and my band originally back in when they first came out. Nothing Face, which is his original band.
Yeah.
Nothing Face was a huge influence on us, musically, just inspirationally, and everything else in between, man. That you get moved by a band like that I don't think ever got the claim they deserved, but they're fucking nasty. So to interview him was an honor as well. We keep getting great guests. I mean, all of them are fucking awesome. But this one was,
they are.
But however, this one was like a musical hero to me and to you as well.
Yeah. I mean, I to me personally, I've always kind of, with heavier bands, I've always kind of chased the dragon when producing them to that level of what Nothing Face was.
Mm-hmm.
So from every fucking record, from Pacifier to, Everyday Atrocity to Violence to Skeletons. I love all those albums. I love all those 4 records. And
Knives Out too, because I didn't even realize that
Knives Out's fucking nasty, dude. Nasty. Nasty band. But yeah, man, Knives Out is great too. And, in his work with Hell Yeah, and he talks a lot about that. And
just playing with one of the greatest metal drummers of all time. And then the guys from, Mudvayne, come on, dude, that's fucking amazing.
It's some good stuff. Good stuff came out in the interview. So we have that for you on the 30th, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then this Friday, we have Fox Fagan. Fox is played bass and is a songwriter here in LA and producer. He's played for such bands as Chris Shiflett's solo project outside of Foo Fighters, which escapes me at the moment what it is. But I think it's just Chris Shiflett solo. Mm-hmm. And then he's played for Wilson Phillips for years as a bass player. And then he has his own band called Telescopes, Telleskopes, Telescopes.
Yeah, I totally didn't get that, but telescopes, you know how to spell it. Telescope, you can't forget that. You go to see into the stars, you use a telescope.
But it's not spelled the same way. It's not spelled the same way.
Telescopes, but not spelled the same way. So you just got to spell it differently.
Spell it differently with K instead of a C. So, he was on here. We just finished that interview up. We're going to start flashing probably stuff tonight for that episode. Fox is an amazing good friend of mine. We surf together and stuff like that. So it's just always fun to have your mates on the show, Yeah,
you're just saying that because he's Australian, right? And you say mate.
No, he's a mate, mate. What's
up, mate?
Stuff, really?
What's up, cunt? Yeah.
You can't really say cunt.
Yes, we can. I looked into it. Yeah.
Can we? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's not for children.
It's not for kids.
Not for kids. But obviously, if you're a kid and you want to do something with your life, I hope this inspires you a little bit.
All right. That ends the State of the Union for this week, 10/18/2020. We'll see you guys on Friday for Fox Fagan. And we'll see you next week for the State of the Union of the Music Combine. Now, peace out, guys.
Peace, guys.
No, hold on.
Bye.